everybody. This is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for our devotional. Today we're in Acts chapter 21, just reading one verse today, verse 26. It reads this way. Then Paul took the men, and the next day he purified himself along with them and went into the temple, giving notice when the days of purification would be fulfilled and the offering presented for each one of them. So following this moment, there's going to be a lot of resistance to Paul, but I didn't want to pass over what Paul is doing here. He is practicing purification. It was called a Nazarite vow. Now, the Nazarite vow was made by those who wanted to rededicate themselves to God. And the Hebrew word nazir means to be separated or consecrated. It is done voluntarily by either men or women and has a specific time frame and requirements, which concludes with a sacrifice. I reference this because I bet this moment and this purification had special significance for Paul. I mean, he returns to God's holy city just before Pentecost, a place that had memories of a former life and of a new life. Paul comes to the house of God, the holy temple, a very different man than when he left. He purifies himself as a believer and minister of the resurrected Jesus. And I bet during his cleansing, he reflects on his former beliefs and ways in light of how God had brought him thus far. You know, I think we as men need to find at least one time each year to set ourselves aside for purification, a time that we get away from the clutter and the busyness of life. Just a day or two is all that's needed. It should be a time of guided reflection and maybe reevaluation and realignment with God. And it should culminate in a renewed commitment, including a new sacrifice to Him. You know, in my life, I have found these times to be profound. Some of them have been so meaningful to me that they have left a permanent mark on my soul. And every time, they not only alter my relationship with God, but have an impact on my roles as a husband and as a father, as a leader, and a friend. So I would highly encourage you to do this one time this year. Set aside some time to be with God, just you and Him, and to make a renewed vow between you and God. You will not regret it. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this has blessed you. I hope it will bless others. Share it, like it, subscribe to it below, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.